Right now at 10, wildfires continue to rage in California. How one Wisconsinite is doing his part in the relief effort.
And La Crosse Circuit Court explores ways to support people with behavioral health disorders.
Plus, a La Crosse native speaks on the Israel-Hamas ceasefire deal.
You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at 10.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us for News 8 Now at 10. I'm Emily Brown.
And I'm Ken Kozarowski.
A Red Cross volunteer from Eau Claire is helping wildfire victims in California. News 8 Now's Jeremy Wall has this story. Jeremy.
Emily, Loon Huen is a mass care manager for the American Red Cross Wisconsin region. He's been in Pasadena since Sunday, making sure wildfire victims have what they need.
We're not doing this alone. We're able to do what we do because of the generosity of the American public and their donations.
Loon Huen is currently in California helping wildfire victims. He's been there since Sunday and is staying at the Pasadena Civic Auditorium.
Pasadena Center is our largest facility. It is staffed for about 700 residents. We previously, I believe, did have fluctuating between 500 and 600 folks that are actually lodging with us here at our shelter site.
Huen is a mass care manager for the Wisconsin Region American Red Cross. A big part of his role is managing donations for victims of disasters. Some of those donations go beyond necessities.
A lot of times people are donating things that you might not think about. Because we're in a shelter setting, a lot of people are donating board games, coloring books, activities that kids can do while they're here.
The Eau Claire volunteer has helped in the aftermath of many natural disasters, but hasn't experienced one like this.
This is the only major wildfire that I've ever gone to, but I've certainly been to plenty of catastrophic level disasters in the past. They're all just different, you know. We always say that it's called a disaster for a reason, right? And so whenever somebody loses their house, whether it's from a flood or a hurricane or in this situation, a wildfire, they're still losing their home, right? It doesn't necessarily matter what the cause of it was. And so I would just say that it's different.
Huen says he's lucky because he has family in LA, but is thankful they weren't impacted by the fires. He will be out in California, guys, until the end of the month.
All right, thank you, Jeremy. And if you're interested in donating or volunteering with the Red Cross, we will have that link on our digital platforms.
Well, it's kind of nice.
Was a nice blanket we had tonight, Greg.
Yeah, we had some nice snow. Other areas picked up a little bit more. Up to Eau Claire, they picked up over 1.5 inches, but most of the areas you look at the screen here are picked up maybe about a half inch to maybe a trace or a dusting at most areas of this light snow that's kind of come through with the warm front actually that's been cushioned through. So the temperature's actually been staying fairly mild. Just a little bit of leftover snow heading down towards Richland County and just east of the Dells area. Otherwise, just a few flurries east of the area. Dells pretty much wrapping up. Big picture shows that warm front's coming through. That's going to keep our temperatures. The cold front to the north actually going to slide to the east of us. So we're not really seeing much in the way of just temperature change, but we are going to go up. So right now we're in the mid 20s, and by the time you wake up tomorrow morning, we're likely going to see upper 20s to potentially near 31 or 32 degrees. So it's going to be warmer, and those temperatures are actually higher than our average temperature should be for the high temp. So overall, Thursday is going to be cloudy. The winds will be a factor. So although it'll be 32, 33 at noon, that northwest wind at 15 to 16 will keep that wind chill more like into the low 20s, maybe even teens. So it won't feel as warm, but definitely warmer than we've had. Similar story, Eau Claire, lots of cloud cover. That northwest wind kind of breezy in the morning, but then it'll decrease in the afternoon, getting up to 32 degrees. So coming up, we have some breezy conditions here for the next couple days, mild, and then we get the big Arctic plunge coming early next week, or Sunday, I should say at the earliest.
Oh boy, get ready, everyone.
Yeah, it's going to be quite a mix. Thank you, Greg. Well, authorities have identified the man who died after falling off the roof of the upcoming Quick Trip Distribution Center. Robert Snodgrass Jr., age 23, of La Crosse, died on January 9th at the worksite in DeForest near Madison. He was found pulseless and not breathing after the fall. His death remains under investigation by DeForest police. OSHA has also been contacted.
A new twist in the closing of the Leinenkugel Brewery in Chippewa Falls. Jake and Dick Leinenkugel want to buy it back from Molson Coors. In a joint statement, the brothers said they asked the CEO to begin talks January 6th. They say the CEO declined and has not responded to follow-up messages. The brewery is set to close on Friday after more than 150 years, a move that will will leave 56 people without jobs. Molson Coors plans to move operations to Milwaukee.
The Chippewa Falls supermarket will be closing its doors. It's the Lake Wissota Family Fair off County Highway J. Family Fair's parent company Spartan Nash filed a notice today with the Department of Workforce Development. So the store will close in mid-March. 45 employees will lose their jobs. The Bay Street location does not seem to be affected.
Prairie du Chien School Board is pausing discussions on the future of district buildings. The decision to move grades 6, 7, and 8 from Bluffview Intermediate to the high school is now on hold until next month. The news comes after the district paused discussion on leasing part of the Bluffview to a health center. Board members say the district has had ongoing talks about how to adjust its buildings to declining enrollment. A $10 million operating referendum failed in November. The district is putting a $7 million request on the April ballot. State
funding to help Wisconsin schools implement new reading programs may never be released. The legislature 2 years ago passed Act 20, which forces schools to adopt a phonics-based literacy program. Lawmakers also passed $50 million to implement that law, but the legislature and governor disagreed over how the money would be spent. So the money's been frozen ever since, all while school districts still had to pay for new reading materials and staff training. If the legislature doesn't release that money by June 30th, it'll go back into the state surplus. That would leave school districts high and dry because many bought state-recommended materials with the understanding that they'd at least be partially reimbursed. There's no word yet from lawmakers on whether an agreement can be reached before that June 30th deadline.
Well, La Crosse is getting millions to help port projects here. Governor Tony Evers and WSDOT just approved over $10 million in grants for state projects. La Crosse will get $2.3 million for Hankey terminals. Officials want to build a storage building. It'll help expand import and export operations on the Mississippi River.
Wisconsin Democratic Senator Tammy Baldwin wants to cut health care costs. She just introduced a bill along with a New Hampshire Democrat. It would make premium tax credits on the Affordable Care Act permanent. Those tax credits expire at the end of the year. Last year, 231,000 Wisconsinites were enrolled, and they saved $573 monthly.
The FDA is banning a popular red dye from foods. Red number 3 was approved in 1907. In 1990, it was banned in cosmetics and topical drugs over evidence that it can cause cancer. The red dye is commonly found in candy, gum, and cookies. A dietitian, Ed Gunderson, hopes the ban will encourage people to pay more attention to what is in their food.
More somebody knows about what's in their food and what their food is going to do for them and how the body is going to interact with it, the more power they have over their health. And we want people to have as much knowledge about that as possible.
Food manufacturers have until January 2027 to remove the dye from their products. Drug makers have until January 2028.
La Crosse County Court is hosting a workshop aimed at improving the justice system. The two-day workshop centers on courts handling mental health. Local stakeholders explored better ways to support people with mental health or substance use disorders as they move through the court system. Attendees today worked to identify alternatives to jail for those individuals, like trying instead to connect them to appropriate support services. Organizers say those efforts have the chance to reduce repeat offenses.
Giving law enforcement in our communities alternatives to jail and emergency rooms to treat the underlying disorders and behaviors, so that way they can thrive in our communities and not get rearrested over and over.
The National Center for State Courts is running these workshops. La Crosse County was the first to participate. They'll be wrapping up tomorrow.
A La Crosse resident reacts to the Israel and Hamas ceasefire deal.
Plus, President Biden is delivering his final address to the nation.
It's out with the old and in with the new. You know what they say, new year, new you. King Furniture is celebrating the new year with special trade-in offers. Plus, get free delivery and 12 months, no interest payments. The King Furniture New Year sale going on now.
Increase your home's energy efficiency and enjoy year-round comfort with Asher Lasting Exteriors. Our windows and doors combine quality craftsmanship and cutting-edge innovation from the trusted brand Renewal by Andersen, and our team provides expert installations backed by industry-leading transferable warranties. Take advantage of our biggest savings ever and receive up to 25% off your entire project. Connect with our team today and request a free, no-obligation consultation at goasher.com.
The Ford family of SUVs, proud sponsor of winter. Now, get up to $4,000 in total cash on a 2024 Ford Escape. Only at your local Northland Ford dealers.
It's out with the old and in with the new. You know what they say. New year, new you. King Furniture is celebrating the new year with special trade-in offers. Plus, get free delivery and 12 months, no interest payments. The King Furniture New Year sale going on now.
Israel and Hamas have reached a ceasefire deal. In Gaza, celebrations on the streets as the news broke today. This deal is in 2 stages. Phase 1 lasts 42 days, with Hamas releasing 33 hostages, including Americans, women, the elderly, and sick. In exchange, Israel releases dozens of Palestinian prisoners. A member from the Cooley Region Coalition for Palestinian Rights says it's a relief a deal is finally in place and hopes for continued peace in the future.
Finally, humanity prevailed. Peace prevailed. It should have been done a long time ago, but at least we're at this point now, and I'm so happy for all parties.
News 8 also reached out to the Congregation Sons of Abraham Synagogue in La Crosse. They had no comment.
President Joe Biden spoke to the nation Wednesday evening in a televised address from the White House.
He highlighted the successes of his first and only term in the Oval Office, just days before the inauguration of President-elect Donald Trump. CBS's Natalie Brand reports from our nation's capital.
My fellow Americans,
President Biden delivered his farewell address to the nation from the Oval Office Wednesday night, capping a more than half-century in American politics.
I've always believed, and I've told other world leaders, America can be defined by one word: possibilities.
He celebrated a long-awaited ceasefire hostage release deal between Israel and Hamas.
The elements of which I laid out in great detail in May this year. This plan was developed and negotiated by my team.
President Biden didn't name President-elect Trump during his remarks, but warned about what he says gives him great concern.
Today, an oligarchy is taking shape in America of extreme wealth, power, and influence that literally threatens our entire democracy, our basic rights and freedoms.
The president, who is also a U.S. Senator for 36 years, touted major legislative wins during his single term in the White House, from a bipartisan infrastructure bill to the Inflation Reduction Act, considered the largest investment in clean energy.
The rest of the world is trying to model it now. It's working, creating jobs and industries of the future.
And a new law to expand benefits for veterans exposed to toxic hazards such as burn pits.
Meeting our sacred obligation to over 1 million veterans so far who are exposed to toxic materials, and to their families, providing medical care and education benefits and more.
President Biden leaves office with a 39% approval rating according to Gallup. But he maintains the nation is on better terms with allies around the world and will long reap benefits from historic investments at home. Natalie Brand, CBS News, Washington.
The presidential farewell address dates back to George Washington. In that speech, Washington announced his plans to step down from the presidency after 2 terms in office.
Well, it's about 100 days until the NFL draft, which will draw hundreds of thousands of people to Wisconsin, specifically Green Bay. That city working on security plans for the 3-day extravaganza in late April. That includes using explosive detecting canines and bomb technicians to sweep the site before everything gets started. And they'll be there during the event as well. Green Bay's police chief says they're addressing all vulnerabilities to prevent anything like the New Year's Day attack in New Orleans.
Well, the IRS is sending out missed stimulus packages.
Who's getting one and why in just a few minutes.
We got mild and breezy conditions at the end of work week, but enjoy it because it won't last. We got Arctic air that'll be coming in Saturday through next week. We'll break down what the temperatures look like and what those wind chills will be next week. All that coming up on your First Warn Weather Update after the break.
Wisconsin, one of those places where families spend their winters among frozen lakes and snow-covered hills. With all the fun they're having, it's easy to take for granted how they warm up by the fire or simply adjusting their thermostat. But for some of us, it's not that easy. Some of us need to decide whether to heat or to eat, or to further neglect our basic survival needs. We are working families, elderly, disabled, and veterans, all struggling to pay record heating bills. These dangerous temperatures aren't just uncomfortable for us, they can be deadly. If you are struggling to decide if you can put food on the table or heat your home, please reach out for a hand up. No one deserves to suffer when we can help each other.
I'm Steve from Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions. If you have trouble opening a window or keeping one in place, you may have frame damage, worn materials, or even hidden problems you can't see. You need a trusted window company to evaluate it, check for hidden issues, and possibly replace the window. Our team will complete our Weather Guardian 15-step installation process on every job to ensure your home and family are safe before we leave. Buy one window, get 50% off your second window. Choose Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions or something less.
Looking to unlock the door to your dream home? Look no further. Stop dreaming and start living when you apply for a home loan with Ultra. With our competitive rates, local servicing, and an expert team, we can help turn your dreams into a reality. Whether you're buying, building, or refinancing, applying is easy and hassle-free. Get started online or visit your local Ultra office, where your dream home awaits. Ultra Federal Credit Union, helping you live your best life.
You'll find the Ram you're looking for at Pischke Motors in West Salem or Pischke Motors in La Crosse.
Start 2025 off right with a new Ram during the Start Something New sales event. Stop into Pischke Motors now to save over $10,000 off MSRP on a 2025 Ram 1500 Bighorn, plus save an additional $3,250 with conditional incentives. Come see the all-new and redesigned Bighorn with unparalleled durability, towing, and hauling. Hurry in, this offer ends January 31st.
Start your search at Pischke.com and then drive away in your new Ram.
Proper installation of your new windows make a difference. The team at Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions are factory trained to make sure your windows are installed to last. Call or stop into the showroom for your free estimate.
The news continues on News 8 Now. Expect more.
The IRS is sending out some automatic stimulus payments.
Yeah, about $2.4 billion will be distributed to taxpayers who didn't receive their COVID stimulus payments. By the end of January, about 1 million taxpayers will receive special payments of up to $1,400 from the IRS.
If you qualify for the recovery rebate credit, you don't have to take any action. The IRS plans to send letters to eligible taxpayers notifying them of the special payment.
Well, you mentioned the lovely blanket of snow that we had this evening. Isn't it nice?
It was
nice.
It just
feels so wintry. We are going to be having a little bit of a warm-up, but we are going to be having some wind, so it's not even going to feel like it, Greg, is it?
Well, it certainly will feel better than what you'll feel like early next week, but you're right, the wind coming off, actually the west-northwest wind will come off a snowpack, and even when we get a south wind, it's actually going to come from some snow too, so it won't feel as warm, but still, we're going to wake up tomorrow morning, and a few snow showers will continue overnight. We might even see a few flurries as we go throughout the morning hour. You can kind of see this dots as you start going through the morning hours. So overall, that will continue, but look at the temperatures. You wake up, you're going to be into the upper 20s and near 30. By the time we get to 10 a.m., we're looking at near freezing conditions, 31, 32 at most locations, but you will have that northwest wind and plenty of cloud cover to go with through the morning hours. I think by the afternoon, we'll start seeing more sun, but temperatures overall will climb a few more degrees than what you'll see in the morning, but that west-northwest wind will make it feel not quite as what you would be like 34 degrees. So milder, but not quite as enjoyable as you would like when you have 35 degrees if you had sun and light winds. Friday, we're going to have another warm front come through Thursday night, so the temperatures are really going to remain steady in the mid-20s going into Friday. And then Friday, we're looking at potentially some 40s out there, especially in the areas that might have much snow on the ground. 40, 41. The winds will pick up. They're going to switch around. We will have a cold front coming through. That'll be the start of some colder air. But overall, Friday looks pretty nice, but just still the winds. And then Saturday, these are really what you'll see in the morning because they're going to start falling in the afternoon as the cold air really starts to take place by Saturday afternoon and evening. Windy conditions too. That wind out of the north will start picking up in the morning. That'll be another weather concern, but overall, that's what you see in the morning. By the afternoon, could be near zero in some areas. The wind, that's going to be a big story for the next several days all the way through Saturday. As I mentioned, Thursday, morning winds, they'll die off in the afternoon. Friday, they're going to start picking right back up as another warm front comes through. A little break Friday noon, and then the real wind, as you see in the background there, the darker colors going to the west. That's another cold front that'll be coming through. So the winds will turn around to the northwest in the afternoon and then start picking up in speed, probably 15 to maybe 20 for the Friday evening commute. And then going into Saturday, it's going to get even stronger as the cold air starts to come in. So the big story is this is probably some of the coldest air we had, kind of the Arctic air that's going to plunge south, that it'll come through the area, basically spill across and then remain in place probably through about Tuesday before we start seeing it begin to shift east. We'll get more of a westerly flow that'll help modify those temperatures. So by Wednesday, hopefully, we'll be back to mere seasonal conditions. That's the positive, but it's going to be a 2 or 3 day stretch of where we're going to have some dangerously cold conditions. So that's why we got the alert day all the way from Saturday night through Tuesday morning. Wind chills as low as 35. Maybe even some areas getting close to 40 below. Sub-zero daytime highs, especially if you got snow cover, you're not going to make it probably to zero come Sunday or Monday. So, and the coldest areas will be where you have a snow on the ground. So there's some good news is if we didn't have a much bigger snowpack around the area, we probably could be looking at 20s, 30 below actual temperatures coming in this. So it's going to be a dangerous cold. So be prepared and be ready. Once again, the good news is once we get past Tuesday, we get back up to where we should be, mid-20s, and get a little bit warmer towards the end of next week. So enjoy these next couple days of these nice temperatures because you won't see those for a while.
Yeah, and there's no enjoying early next week.
There's no
enjoying.
Like I said, everyone remembers 2019 January. We had similar conditions, but that year we had 12 inches of snow on the ground. We had lows here at 34, 35 degrees below zero actual temps in La Crosse. Our high one day was minus 12. So there is some positive. It could be worse
Yeah,
with
but
that.
who wants to do anything in that type of cold?
Yeah.
No one, or no one wants to do anything, right? Okay.
Thank you, Greg. Coming up next in sports, Ball in the Hall. A former Badger great receives the ultimate honor. Plus a night of conference clashes. V-Hawks and Eagles in action trying to pick up a league win. Jacob is next.
For residential, commercial, or high-speed doors, come to La Crosse Glass and Overhead Doors. We carry a variety of CHI door styles designed to fit your vision. Get your free quote today.
Out with the olds and in with the new at Wesco in Sparta. Grab amazing deals with discounts up to 50% off. Floor models, overstacks, and slightly blemished items must go. So incredible, even I can't believe the savings. Our team is ready to help you find the perfect piece for your home. Hurry, these deals won't last long. Head to Wesco in Sparta. Your home, your style, your savings, your Wesco. And remember to tell them Peyton sent you.
At Wisconsin Veterinary Orthopedics, our goal is to help you and your pet in times of need. We specialize in the gold standard for cruciate ligament repair, the TPLO.
I was worried when I found out Duke had to get knee surgery, but the process was easier than we thought.
Piper had TPLO surgery and is already running again weeks later.
Fetch made possible, one knee at a time. Contact Dr. Mark Hine at Wisconsin Veterinary Orthopedics for an orthopedic consultation today.
For residential, commercial, or high-speed doors, come to La Crosse Glass and Overhead Doors. We carry a variety of CHI door styles designed to fit your vision. Get your free quote today.
Covering all the exciting action from your community, here's News 8 Now Sports with Jacob Lenzendorf.
Well, the month of January has been anything but kind to the Viterbo women's basketball team. They're looking for their first win of the new year tonight against Indiana Northwest. V-Hawks up against one of the top teams in the CCAC. Good second quarter for the home side. Emily McCurdy rises, fires and hits from the wing. Red Hawk offense would respond. Jessica Carruthers with the move to create space. Visitors go up 3. Viterbo with a good run in the quarter, winding down. Ball swung around to Marley Hughes. She drills it to put the V-Hawks up 3. And the hosts were up 4 entering the fourth quarter, but Indiana Northwest outscores the V-Hawks 20-7, and they leave with a league victory by 9. Viterbo men looking to snap a losing skid of their own as well. Start off here with Jack Voigt getting it on the block, showing off the fancy footwork with fakes, and eventually banks it home with the left hand. But the home side had a tough time defending this guy, Trace Williams, with 2 of his 30 on the night right there. V-Hawks hanging around though. Ball whipped out to Cole Johnson, who's going to can it from 3. That'll make it a 6-point deficit, but the Red Hawks would prevail and sweep Viterbo 86-74, the final in the nightcap. UW La Crosse ladies hoping to get back to 500 in the WIAC, facing Stout. Second quarter, Eagles flying on the fast break. Malia Nelson spots Grace Knupp, who lays it in with ease. Blue Devil offense was clicking tonight. Anna Mutch with the fadeaway jumper that falls. Away side goes up 10. UWL trying to find some success in the paint. Emma Jazzy with the head fake, blow by an easy bucket to cut into the deficit. But Stout shoots over 40% from distance, and they get the wire-to-wire victory by 8. Some more football news from Winona State today. After being named interim head coach a week ago, Brian Curtin was named head coach of the Warriors today. Curtin was a former football student athlete and graduate of WSU. He's been on the staff since 1997 and has helped lead Winona State to 6 seasons of 10 or more victories. And some well-deserved recognition for the former Wisconsin running back Montee Ball. It was announced today that he was selected to the College Football Hall of Fame. In Madison, Ball ran for 5,140 yards and scored 83 total touchdowns. He was the Doak Walker Award winner back in 2012 and left college as the record holder for career touchdowns and rushing touchdowns. Well, it is Wednesday, so that means it's time to check out the Play of the Week nominees. All right, getting us going at number 1. Who doesn't love seeing hustle on display? Macy Klein with the steal and the swish. You see her tightrope the sideline. That is some tough task right there from her. Hillman would get the big win over Logan. Next up here at number 2, we're at Rushford-Peterson High School. Trojans William LaFleur with a sweet move, a nifty pass to Carson Johnson, who drops in the floater. Just one senior on that Rush Pete team, but they are 11-2, and they're rolling and playing really well. Next up, more good defense turning into points. It's Melrose Mendoros. Anna Radcliffe stealing the pass, contorts her body, and somehow lays it up and in for the and one. The Cardinals would win, but a great play right there by the junior guard. Coming in at number 4, a hotly contested game last night in Onalaska. Aquinas' Logan Becker gets the steal and slams it home, making it look effortless out there. Becker had a team-high 18, but the Blue Golds would suffer their first loss of the season. And last but not least, this one submitted to us from last night. Off the steal, the Royal Panthers turning into Lob City. Carter Uppana to Landon Lipke off the glass for the dunk. The boys from Elroy still unbeaten on the season. So those are the 5 to choose from this week. To cast your vote, head to news8000.com. Under the Sports tab, click on Play of the Week and choose your favorite. Voting is live right now and closes Friday at 5. Winner revealed during the 6th. Guys, we talked about the plays a little bit, so I wanted to touch on Montee Ball. Ken, I'm sure you were a fan.
Oh, it was fantastic. Growing up, I mean, that was a time when Wisconsin was like the college for running backs.
Yeah.
Had some of the best in the country, and Montee Ball put up some insane numbers.
A true legend.
What a football name that is. Montee Ball. It's like destined, right?
It was.
For sure.
All right, we got more news right after this.
Winter is here, and with winter weather come accidents and mishaps. Whether you're on your way to work, walking the dog, or out on the trail, accidents can happen.
At Bygoff and Rohde, we help you get the settlement you deserve to put your life back on track.
It's out with the old and in with the new. You know what they say, new year, new you. King Furniture is celebrating the new year with special trade-in offers. Trade in your old recliner for $50 towards a new one. Trade in your old sofa for $100. Trade in your old mattress for $75. And we'll deliver and haul away for free. Shop store-wide savings as we continue to clear out inventory and make room for new styles for 2025. Plus get free delivery and 12 months no interest payments. The King Furniture New Year's sale going on now.
It's not very often a fella gets to offer the best products in the marketplace at a price lower than most others. When I look at this beautiful showroom, when I consider the quality of our products and the team of 80 exceptional professionals, we should be higher priced, but we're not. If you have any doubts for your next home improvement project, you should contact the Board Store today. It's not all the sales and discounts, it's the bottom line that counts, and you'll get no better bottom line than at the Board Store Home Improvements.
Hey, babe, what's a 5-letter word that starts with PH and ends with NE? Clue is get 4 of these for free with 4 lines for $90 a month at US Cellular.
James, have you tried the 4 free phone flakes? I love these free phone flakes.
Hey, Dad, 4 free phones.
Each serving has 4 free phones.
4 free phones?
Thanks.
Oh.
They're right behind me, aren't they?
Choose 4 free phones and 4 lines for $90 a month. No trade-in needed. US Cellular.
Hey, Dominic here. We always get asked, what do you have for burgers? With over 40 blends at our outlet store, we recommend these 4. All-purpose, beef and more, steak and game, and Lena's Ufta. First, you need ground beef, preferably from a local meat shop. Mix in 2 to 3 teaspoons of pleasing per pound, make into patties and grill to your liking. All 4 of these will make great tasting burgers, and they're all low in sodium. Get these seasonings and more at the outlet store. And buying local always tastes better.
When you're dealing with your own insurance company, you may think that they're on your side, but the truth is, they're not. They're only concerned about their bottom line. That's why you need to hire Bygoff and Rohde. We get results.
By the images of Americans rushing to Los Angeles to help the victims of the wildfires, and not just the humans.
Yeah, this is the Pasadena Humane Society, which took in more than 400 animals in the days after the fires broke out. They were left behind by owners who had evacuated. The shelter's been operating at 5 times capacity, packed with dogs, cats, even a few pigs.
And help is coming from all over. A shelter in San Francisco was stocking up on supplies to send. Some pets were taken to other cities as well, including San Diego.
Aw, did you see that big fat pig right there?
I did.
He needs a home too. No, but appreciate the efforts from them. That's a lot of animals.
Absolutely.
To take in just like on a whim like that. It's crazy.
The shelters, the first responders, everyone doing their best. Hats off to them.
All right. Okay, Greg has one final look at your forecast right after the break.
Increase your home's energy efficiency and enjoy year-round comfort with Asher Lasting Exteriors. Take advantage of our biggest savings ever and receive up to 25% off your entire project. Connect with our team today and request a free, no-obligation consultation at goasher.com.
Drive in and see Wisconsin's best furniture store. With holidays and the football season upon us, shop and order now.
Browse the most competitive prices on a huge selection of sofas, sectionals, and chairs.
Awesome discounts on power reclining with adjustable headrest, zero gravity, or lift.
Set the table this year with options from Ashley, stunning design in our rustic Amish pieces. Looking for a better night's sleep? Try out any of our hybrid, all foam, and double-sided mattresses with adjustable bases and frames available.
Furniture from our family to yours. Black River Furniture Outlet, Black River Falls.
Jason's been with us long enough now to see changes in Michael's abilities. He can analyze them and tailor his recommendations because he has almost as much knowledge of Michael's health as Michael's doctors do. I think that's huge. That is the single biggest factor for me. And that kind of client relationship is invaluable, especially when you're facing the challenges that we are.
Hi, I'm Jason with Access Elevators. Stop in and see us today.
Jolivet Family Farms, known for farm fresh fruit and vegetables, but featuring so much more. Come see all that we have. Homemade bakery, large selection of locally produced honey, gourmet popcorn, craft beer, wine, and cheese, meat and seafood, arts and crafts, and so much more. There is no substitute for homegrown freshness. Open daily year-round. Jolivet Family Farms, West Salem.
You'll find the Ram you're looking for at Pischke Motors in West Salem or Pischke Motors in La Crosse.
Start 2025 off right with a new Ram during the Start Something New sales event. Stop into Pischke Motors now to save over $10,000 off MSRP on a 2025 Ram 1500 Bighorn, plus save an additional $3,250 with conditional incentives. Come see the all-new and redesigned Bighorn with unparalleled durability, towing, and hauling. Hurry in, this offer ends January 31st.
Start your search at Pischke.com and then drive away in your new Ram.
Increase your home's energy efficiency and enjoy year-round comfort with Asher Lasting Exteriors. Take advantage of our biggest savings ever and receive up to 25% off your entire project. Connect with our team today and request a free, no-obligation consultation at goasher.com.
All right, we're thawing out for a couple days and then back to the deep freeze come Sunday.
All right, enjoy the next 2 days then.
All right, we shall. Thank you for joining us at 10.
We'll see you tomorrow.